The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Tourism Department is looking to revamp the country's slogan. It's still more fun in the Philippines, according to Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco. But the agency will be enhancing the country's tourism branding to include other components of the Filipino culture. Frasco also revealed that the country is poised to exceed its projected tourist arrivals this year. She claimed that almost 1.6 million tourists have arrived in the country, nearing the agency's 1.7 million projection for 2022. Mayon Volcano is now under alert level 2. PHIVOLCS aerial survey showed an increasing level of volcanic unrest. The agency also confirmed the presence of freshly extruded lava at the base of Mayon's lava dome. PHIVOLCS is now warning the public against entering Mayon's 6-kilometer radius danger zone. The Marcos administration is looking to mark its debut in the international debt market with plans to borrow $500 million from foreign sources. Here's the report.
The Marcos administration debuts in the international debt market as it seeks to borrow at least $500 million from foreign sources through a dollar-denominated bond offering. The government sold $2 billion with the issuance of bonds with tenors of 5 years and 10.5 years, as well as a 25-year green or sustainability bond. Proceeds of the bonds will be used for budget financing and for climate change and sustainable development efforts. Speaking to Radio 5's Ted Filon and DJ Chacha, Ateneo Economics Professor Alvin Ang says he is confident that the borrowing plan is part of the Finance Department's strategy to further boost economic recovery.
Ngayon kasi ang utang natin karamihan nasa mga 60 to 70% local eh. Pero may mga pagkakataon na kailangan mong umutang sa international sapagkat yun nga, kaya tayo naging credit worthy, mataas yung rating natin. Para yan ay magamit natin kung kailangan.
The Economist adds that it's impossible for the Philippines to default on its foreign debts as its credit rating remains manageable and has enough dollar reserves. This is the second dollar-denominated offering for 2022 and the first under President Marcos. Meanwhile, Marcos claims his administration was able to achieve a, quote, functional government with the best and brightest officials during his first 100 days in office. Speaking before the Manila Overseas Press Club, President Marcos said that 100 days into his 6-year term, he was able to put together a government that is driven to reach economic targets. The president also touted his visits to ASEAN countries like Singapore and Indonesia, saying these allowed him to show the world where the Philippines is headed economically.
We bring the best and the brightest, and we do not look at color in terms of political color. I think we have done that.
To reach economic targets, President Marcos said his government has already started to address supply issues, specifically on sugar and fertilizer, by as early as his first 50 days in office. He says his government is also looking into non-traditional sources of these commodities, like Russia.
Senator Kit just brought up also this foreign policy between Ukraine and Russia, and we take a very balanced view. Because the truth of the matter is, we may have to deal with Russia for fuel, for fertilizer.
Arian Kalumbiran, We Are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. A 29-year-old man from Misamis Oriental died a day after downing a long-neck bottle of liquor. Jenny Dongan with a story.
Last October 2, 29-year-old Richie Dumaluan agreed to participate in a laklak challenge against 5 other competitors. The challenge involved finishing a 750 ml bottle of liquor within 20 seconds to bring home a cash prize of 20,000 pesos. Richie, who accepted the dare to help with his father's medical bills, won the challenge.
Siya yung unang nakatapos at saka siya lang po yung nakaubos. So after nun, ma'am, nakareceive siya ng 20,000. At saka sabi pa nga dun sa highlight ng misis niya na after ng tungga, inom nung sumigaw yung biktima na para ni kang papa. Kasi siya po yun sa mga rason, ma'am, bakit siya nag-join sa challenge na yon. Kasi dahil dun sa papa niyang may sakit. Para pong paggamot po ata ng papa niya.
But a few seconds after claiming victory, Richie suddenly fell down and experienced a lockjaw. Richie's companions were able to bring him to the hospital, but by October 3, the victim was pronounced dead. The PNP is still finishing its investigation before releasing his official cause of death. But Richie's partner says he had a history of heart attack. Meanwhile, an expert says drinking too much is dangerous because it can lead to a coma and even death.
Pwedeng ang nangyari kasi sa sobrang pagbilis ng inom niya, yung alak napunta sa lungs. Pwedeng ganon. Or pwede rin naman na sa sobrang dami, hindi naka-catch up yung liver mo na na i-clear yung yung alcohol, kaya yon biglaan namatay or biglaan nag-collapse tapos hindi na naka-recover yung hindi na naka-recover yung utak.
He advises the public to drink slowly and moderately to give our liver enough time to process alcohol.
Dahan-dahan kang dapat uminom ng alcohol. Namamatay na unti-unti yung mga nerves mo. So yung pain, na-tolerate mo na without thinking or without realizing na pinapatay ka na talaga ng alcohol. Nakakaya na ng katawan mo eh.
For News 5, Jenny Dongon, VOA1 News.
The Philippine National Police has identified a person of interest in the killing of radio broadcaster Percy Lapid. Authorities showed a CCTV footage where the supposed gunman was seen walking near Las Piñas City Hall. Another man was also identified as the driver of the motorcycle that was trailing Lapid. The reward for information leading to the suspect's arrest has been raised to 1.5 million pesos. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 12 noon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.